All right, Survivor Series War Games 2024 is finally upon us. These are my final predictions. At the time of me recording this, there's 5 matches on the card. I don't think they're going to add any more matches, so I feel safe calling these my final predictions. But anyways, drop a comment with your final predictions and let's get into it. All right, let's start off with Shinsuke versus LA Knight for the United States title. This is a weird one. It's definitely the most rushed match on the card. They've only had about 2 interactions with each other since Shinsuke's return. LA Knight hasn't been on the microphone yet for this feud. I don't know. I think they'll drive it home on this Friday Night SmackDown and really get LA Knight on the mic. But I don't know. I don't see LA Knight losing this title, but I don't understand how you can have Nakamura lose a title match this early in his return. So I'm going to go with the prediction of Nakamura losing by disqualification, whether that be not getting to the ring in time because he's too focused on beating the absolute crap out of LA Knight. Or, I don't know, something else. Maybe he gets disqualified for the mist in the face. I just don't see WWE taking this title off of LA Knight at all. I will be absolutely shocked if they do. And I also don't see them burying Nakamura like this. So I'm going to say, final prediction, Nakamura loses by disqualification, and this feud will carry out through Saturday night's main event and possibly even beyond that to the Royal Rumble. So yeah, that's my final prediction, Nakamura by disqualification. Let's move on. All right, next up we got Ludwig Kaiser versus Sheamus versus Braun Breaker, triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship. I am excited for this one. I think it's just going to be a dogfight. I think we're going to get some physical bumps, cool spots, and I don't think it's time for Sheamus to be Grand Slam champion just yet. I think WWE is going to hold off, maybe wait for a bigger moment. I don't think Saturday night's main event. Maybe the first episode of Raw or possibly the Royal Rumble. Sheamus will definitely get it soon, but I think they'll keep the title on Braun Breaker. I think Ludwig Kaiser is going to take the pin here, and I think this has the opportunity to be one of the matches of the night, and I think people should look forward to this one. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that, so let's move on to the next one. All right, next up we got Damian Priest versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship match. I'm excited for this one. I think they had a great match the first time around with the Finn Balor interference. I love what they're doing with Gunther right now. He seems like he doesn't have his confidence. He seems frazzled every time he looks at Damian Priest. I think Damian Priest is cooking him in promos. The Razor's Edge through the announcer table on Monday Night Raw was awesome. And yeah, I just love what they're doing with this feud. And I know a lot of people kind of complaining because Gunther's been having a lot of repeat feuds with Randy Orton, Sami Zayn, and now this Damian Priest one. But I don't see the need for him to have another repeat feud after this because I think this is the last thing he has to prove to himself for this title reign. It's kind of the last thing hanging over his head with the Finn Balor interference. Would he have won without Finn Balor? Would he have lost if Finn Balor wasn't there? You know, I think this is just the last thing that's looming over him. And once he gets past this, past Sami Zayn, past Randy Orton, past Damian Priest, he's going to be able to have a hell of a run, probably deep into 2025, possibly SummerSlam, WrestleMania, one of the two. And I think it's going to lead to him losing to John Cena for John Cena to get his 17th. So yeah, I'm going to say final prediction, Gunther wins. I think this is going to be a great match. I don't think it's really going to hurt Damian Priest in a way. I think Damian Priest is going to put up a really good fight. I think this is going to be a really good match. And yeah, Gunther's going to retain. And so let's move on to the next one. All right, next up we have the Women's War Games match. I've had my gripes with this one. I think most people have. It's a rush storyline. It's kind of like let's throw a Women's War Games match in there just to have one. Okay, fine. I'm not going to complain. I really think this match is going to be really good. But it is going to be forgettable because of the storyline. So here it is. I think the only way to keep this match from being forgettable is having a Tiffany Stratton Money in the Bank cash in. It's going to create a moment of who is she cashing in on. You have 2 women's world champions in the match, beat up, physically drained. It's a War Games match. And I think it's going to create a really cool moment of tension. Who's it going to be? Ultimately, I think it's going to be Nia Jax that she cashes in on. Nia Jax is no stranger to taking a pin in WWE. She just took one on Monday, for Christ's sake, against Belair. Granted, it was a Bayley run-in. I get it. but I don't think they're ready to take the title off of Liv Morgan, especially with the Rhea Ripley stuff they're going to drag out for probably another good year. But anyways, I think this match is going to be good. I think the only way it cannot be forgettable is with the Tiffany Stratton cash-in. I think it's coming. I think it's the perfect time to do it. It's something we've never seen with the briefcase before. I don't see Triple H passing up an opportunity to do something new with the briefcase like that. Anyways, yeah, I don't see the heels losing this match. I don't see why they would have two world champions lose at the same time. So I think this one's pretty predictable. The only thing that's going to be not predictable, maybe, is the Tiffany Stratton cash-in. So I guess we'll see what happens there. And yeah, let's move on in the men's War Games. All right, here we are. Men's War Games, Bloodline Civil War, the match we've all been waiting for, the match we saw coming a mile away, but we're still so excited for it. I love the addition of CM Punk. I love the addition of Bronson Reed. I think Bronson Reed looks like he belongs in the Bloodline 2.0, and I hope he stays there. I mean, he looks fantastic. And if this can lead to a Bronson Reed tsunami off the top of the cage, followed by a Jacob Fatu moonsault, then, man, this is going to be one of the matches of the year. That's going to be one of the moments of the year if we can get that. And I'm excited. I think there's a lot of questions to be answered. Can you trust Paul Heyman, who was dressed up as Solo Sikoa? Can you trust CM Punk? Where's The Rock playing all this? Is he going to come out? I don't know. Is Seth Rollins going to come out? I saw a lot of people saying that. I don't think Seth Rollins is going to come out. I don't think he should stick his nose in Bloodline business anymore. I know he hates CM Punk. He hates Bronson Reed. He hates Roman Reigns. But they're on different teams. It doesn't make sense to me because, like, who is he going to do? Who's he going to cost? Is he going to cost CM Punk or is he going to cost Bronson Reed? It doesn't make sense to me for him to come out. Also, I'm recording this before Friday Night SmackDown, so I have yet to see the segment of Roman Reigns and CM Punk together. I don't know how that dynamic's going to play out. I don't know how Paul Heyman's going to play into this. And I'm excited for that one, so stay tuned for a SmackDown recap and review shortly after that episode. And we'll also do a Survivor Series recap and review shortly after that as well. But anyways, I don't see the match having shenanigans, really. I don't see The Rock coming out. I don't see Seth Rollins coming out. I think this is just going to be a very strong storytelling, cinematic match that Roman Reigns and the OG Bloodline are going to come away with. It's not going to be the end of the Bloodline Civil War at all. This is going to lead to Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa for the Ula Fala. We still have The Rock coming. Roman Reigns still wants the title off of Cody. There's still a lot to be played out. But yeah, I think this is going to be a cinematic masterpiece of a match. I think it's going to be some of the best storytelling of the year. And I think Survivor Series has the potential to be a very good PLE. And I'm looking forward to it. There's not much more I got to say. So just drop a like, leave a comment about your predictions for Survivor Series War Games, and we'll catch you on the next video.